where I'm on the fence, agnostic, atheist, whatever. I mean, I don't want to put labels on it, but hypothetically speaking, if God is the better good, that person has taken a lot of my loved ones, putting me in bad situations. My question, and Zach, I brought this up to you, is how can that be justifiable? How is it justifiable that, my best friend when I was 13 years old was killed in a car accident? How was it that another friend 2 years later was, committed suicide? How is that justifiable that hey, it was their time? God called them home. I still, at 30 years old, cannot wrap my mind around that. And that's why I have so many questions. That God could be the greatest person on, that we can comprehend, but I can't justify the fact that I lost people that I love just for no reason.
Yes. So the choice is, here is something that has happened, which is painful and bad and apparently unjust, that I can't make sense of. Because of that, am I going to choose to pass judgment on reality and the source of reality? Am I going to choose to say, because this has happened, therefore reality must be flawed? There's something wrong with reality in order for this to happen. In other words, if I could make reality, I would make it better. I'm going to say something. I don't mean to trivialize the seriousness of your examples.
No, you're good. I'm fine.
But it's fundamentally not different than the child running away from home because his mom won't give him ice cream for breakfast. It's like, you're right. Ice cream is good. It tastes great. Maybe it tastes better than what your mom has given you to eat. But what the fuck do you think you know about what you should eat for breakfast?
Yeah.
You're 5. You don't know what you should eat for breakfast. Are you going to tell me that your mom is bad because she made you do something that you don't like and don't understand? Are you going to pass judgment on her? What qualifies you to pass judgment on her? You can. Like, that kid can run away from home. He could never come back. He could pass judgment on his mom and leave. But that is presumptive and arrogant. The alternative would be to say, this sucks. I don't like this. But is it possible that there's something I don't understand here? Is it possible that this woman who gave me life, or this reality that gave me being, has something to teach me? Is it possible that it knows something that I don't know? It's not a attractive decision, but it is the only decision that we can make that's not arrogant.
Have you heard the story with I think it's like the farmer and I think it's son, but the story goes, he kind of, certain things happen to his life, and people are like, oh my God, you're so lucky that and he's like, maybe, right? And then something bad happens and people are like, oh, that's so unfortunate. And he's like, maybe, right? And then the next thing happens, right? So that's what that reminded me of. Yeah, because like that is an honest answer. Maybe. I don't know. I don't understand all of reality to be arrogant, to be like, to pass judgment on what happened.
Well, and that's why it comes down to hope, because in the same way that I can't pass judgment on reality and say that this is bad, I also cannot pass judgment on this reality and say that it is good. I am no more qualified to say that than I am to say that it's bad. So at best, what I can do is I can hope. I can say, I hope that this reality is in my favor. I hope that the truth is good. I hope that whatever the source of this thing is, made it the best possible way, because I don't know. So what that means then, as soon as I'm willing to take that risk and make that decision, I can submit to it. What that means is I can stop resisting it. I can listen to it. When I encounter something that I don't understand, like my friend dies in this tragedy, and it seems terrible, like no good God would allow that to happen. Instead of passing judgment, I can say, do I have something to learn here? Because reality made a different decision than I would have. Why?
And if you've made the decision that you're going to hope that reality is good, you can do that. But if you haven't made that decision, then when something bad happens, you question it all over again, right?
Mm-hmm. Or
Or
you, like, here, I don't know if I'm going to put this into the book, but this was helpful to me. It's not pleasant, but it was helpful to me as I was sorting things out. We are free to choose to rebel against reality. Like, I can run away from home. I can arrogantly judge reality itself is fundamentally bad. This is unfair. I did not ask to be here. I hate it here. I hate these people. I don't want to do this. And as I make that decision, I begin to interpret everything differently. So then when my friend dies, I say, I knew it. I hate this place. He didn't deserve that, and I don't deserve this. So then what do? Because I've been placed in my mind in this unjust position of being in this place of suffering that I did not consent to, I am justified in getting revenge against it. And so that, I mean, if you read, this is from one of the Columbine shooters. His name is Dylan Klebold. He shot and killed a bunch of kids in 1999 in Colorado and then killed himself. He says, my wrath will be godlike. We will get our revenge. The day before the shooting, he says, about 26.5 hours from now, the judgment will begin. He wrote a story. He submitted this to his creative writing teacher. He wrote a story about a man who he murdered popular kids, and it's graphic. It's super, like, he talks about the light reflecting off the droplets of blood that are like flying. It's like strangely detailed. So this man murders these people and he walks away, and he says the man laughed, and this laugh would have made Satan cringe in hell. For almost half a minute, this laugh spawned from the most powerful place conceivable, filled the air and through the entire town, the entire world. The town activity came to a stop, and all attention was now drawn to this man. So he sees this revenge, what he's calling judgment, as coming from that's the most powerful place imaginable, and now I will be the center of attention. This is his fantasy that he writes and submits to his teacher. We can make that decision. Like, I am not of a different kind than Dylan Klebold. I have the freedom to do what he did. I have the freedom to go to the places that he went, and I can use similar rationalizations for rebelling against what's real. That's what happens when you don't choose hope. Well, and not only that, but when you actively choose judgment against reality, that's the place where you go. And it's not pretty, and it's not good.